Outlaws can't deter Sir Cedric from his lifelong wish. The thing he yearns for most is just to catch a bigger fish.
You weren't joking when you called this a secret pool. You sure it's worth it?
Best fishing in Nottinghamshire. There's a little hidden stream runs from this pool to Sir Cedric's lake.
Then on Sir Cedric's property. Trespassers.
And poachers. The biggest and strongest fish in Sir Cedric's lake swim upstream to this pool. Some have been fattening here for years.
Only Sir Cedric knew. How did you ever discover it?
Little John did. He was fishing the lake one night. He suddenly heard the warden coming. So he had to jump into the undergrowth. And he found this. There. You want to try your luck now? The deepest part is over there. I'll fish a little way further round. There's a poacher! It's that Henry!
What's that?
Somebody shouted. From that direction.
Around the other side! Head him off! Hurry up, man! Through the bushes! Grab him!
Just as I thought. Eels. Sir Cedric's eels. You've been poaching again, Henry?
My children had nothing to eat. It's for them. And for the wife who was taken to her bed to have another baby. Let me go this time, Master Wallace. I swear I'll never touch a fish again.
We'll make sure of that.
Oh, the poor man. Do you think they can harm him for a couple of eels?
If they hand him over to the sheriff, the penalty for poaching is loss of the right hand.
Move! Come on!
What are you going to do?
Make them let him go.
Oh, no, Robin, what good would that do? The warden knows him. He called him by his name. He'll never be able to go back to his family.
They can't just stand here and let them take him away.
Look, let me handle it this time. Sir Cedric's a family friend, and he's not a bad man. I think I can persuade him to be merciful.
I wouldn't expect any mercy from any of them. Still, if he can be persuaded, you're the one to do it.
The man is a self-confessed eel poacher, Lady Marian. And sooner or later, he who takes eels will sink to stealing perch or even trout.
But he only did it because he's got 3 children to feed. And his wife is about to have another baby.
I'm glad you told me that. With more mouths to feed, he'd be even more dangerous than before.
Dangerous, Sir Cedric. All the man did was to catch a couple of eels.
That's the one crime I cannot forgive. If I did, the whole countryside would be fishing in my lake.
I realize that means a lot to you, but...
As it is, I never seem to get any really big ones. I don't understand where they go to. I make insects that are more like insects than insects. And all I catch are fish this size. I caught those in the Sheriff of Nottingham's pond. But in my own lake, there just don't seem to be any really big ones. Can't just be bad luck. I'm out there 8 hours a day.
I'm sorry you've been disappointed, Sir Cedric. But could we please get back to the subject of Henry?
I'm sorry, my child. I'd gladly grant your request for your father's sake. But I simply can't afford the precedent. Anyhow, I've handed him over to the Sheriff of Nottingham.
Oh, no. Realize what that could mean?
It means that justice will be carried out. I'm going down to the lake now to try my luck. Would you care to watch?
I hope you catch the biggest fish you've ever seen.
Well, that's very sweet of you, my dear.
And I hope it bites you.
You're not watching the wind. Furthermore, your fly landed with too much of a splash. Oh, nice fly, this. Spot-wing bluebottle, eh?
Yes, I made it myself.
May I?
By George, sir, you're a real fisherman. Who are you? Oh, a bite. A big one. It's a beauty! Look! Best fish I've caught in months.
Throw it back.
You must be out of your head. I'm going to have it stuffed. Why on earth should I throw it back?
Because it's too small. Give it a chance to grow.
This is as large as they grow in this lake.
Any man who'd keep a scrawny little fish like that is no angler.
Where have you come from? What are you doing on my property? And why are you wearing Lincoln green? No gentleman would, you know. It's the mark of an outlaw.
Look over my shoulder.
Well,
Well, what do you see?
trees, bushes, leaves,
What color are they?
green.
Exactly. When I'm fishing, I like to blend in with the background. Fish can see, you know.
They can see other fish and that sort of thing.
A trout can see a man on the banks of a stream from a distance of 22 feet, unless he blends in with the background.
By George, sir, you are a fisherman, and therefore a gentleman. To whom have I the honor?
I heard you were a keen angler, Sir Cedric, so I thought you might be interested in a place where there are real fish to be caught, not minnows.
Big fish? A place near here?
Not far. Do you like carp?
Fat carp? Oh,
It's coming on towards dusk. The fish will be biting fairly soon.
where? Can you take me there today?
Well, on one condition. Now, the pool that I'm speaking of has fish as big as any in England, but it's quite a small pool. If too many people get to hear about it,
Oh, I won't tell anyone. I won't ever mention where it is.
you won't be able to, because my condition is that I lead you there blindfolded.
Blindfolded? Oh, well, as you say, of course. Reasonable precaution. Let me see, yeah.
I think this might do. Would you mind? Now, if we don't waste any time, we ought to get there just as the fish start feeding.
I don't know how I'll ever be able to repay you.
We'll think of something. Now, this way, we'll get out of the undergrowth as quickly as we can. Just through here. Mind this holly bush. Only a bit quickly. There we are. Round here to the left. That's it. There we are. Not much further, and then we're in the clear. That's it. Along here. Nice straight bit here. No more holly. Just keep going. That's it. A little more this way. That's it. The path goes round here. Round to the right a bit. There. Tree.
Oh, I say, is it much farther? I'm not as young as I was.
Well, you don't expect to find a place this good just around the corner, do you? Oh, come, another tree root.
Oh, perhaps you'd better rest a moment.
Oh, don't weaken now. It's almost in sight.
Oh, good.
Oh, there we go. Duck! It's all right. You can come up now. There we go. On here. Now, this last part isn't easy. You hold on to my belt. Bend down. An angler's paradise.
If this pool is all you say it is, look! I have some cherries here. There's nothing carp like better. I'll land one of those giants before you can say bluebottle fly.
You aren't expecting to fish this pool today, now, are you?
Of course. You said. The whole idea was to get here when they were biting.
Oh, well, that was only to give you a chance to see some of them. Now, before I give you the right to fish this pool, you have to do something for me first.
What's that?
Your warden seized a man for stealing eels, a man named Henry.
Oh, Henry again. Why is everyone so concerned about Henry?
Because he's a poor man who deserves your mercy. I want you to go to the sheriff and withdraw the charge against him.
Can't do it. Have to set an example. They taste every fish in my lake. But there.
See that carp?
Not very well.
I'll give you a closer look.
Well, I never saw fishing like that.
And you never saw a fish like that, did you? This pool's full of them. As you'll find out as soon as Henry is released.
But Henry's only a serf. How does he concern a gentleman like yourself?
He gets me my Helgramites.
Oh. Get you your what?
Helgramites. You know, little black wriggling things. Oh, best bait there is. You see, some days these big fish, well, they just won't take any other kind of bait.
You don't give a hang about Henry. It's the bait he gets for you. The,
Helgramites.
By George, sir, you're a gentleman. If I withdraw charges against Henry, you promise I can fish here?
You have my word.
This is your property, is it? You have the power to grant fishing rights?
You won't be trespassing, I can assure you of that.
The only trouble is, after I've fished here once, my lake will be a disappointment.
Well, I might consider leasing you permanent rights.
For how much? Name a price.
If Henry is freed, 20 pounds in gold. We'll draw up a deed that'll make you just as much at home here as if you were on your own property.
It's a bargain. I'll go to the sheriff first thing in the morning.
And I'll meet you by your lake the same time as today. And if you have Henry with you, I'll bring you here for a session of fishing you'll never forget.
What intrigues me most about this request of yours, Sir Cedric, is the reason behind it. Why have you changed your mind about this lout Henry?
Well, really, it's because of the Helgramites.
The what?
Helgramites. You know, larvae. Black wriggling things. Best bait in the world.
Oh, I see. You mean he gets your bait for you?
No. For my friend. Now, there's a real fisherman for you. He can shoot a carp with a bow and arrow.
Shoot it? Are you sure of that?
Watched him do it. He knows a secret pool where the fish are as big as hogs. Knows all the secrets, too. He even wears green clothing so that the fish can't spot him against the woods.
And you say he was concerned about this serf, Henry?
Henry gets him his Helgramites.
And you never suspected, I suppose, that he might have been an outlaw, perhaps even Robin Hood himself?
Nonsense, sir. The man's a gentleman.
He wears green, he can shoot a carp with a bow and arrow, and he's sentimental enough to be concerned about the fate of a miserable serf.
My Lord Sheriff, you are an angler.
Well?
Then perhaps you'll understand. The man of whom I speak knows a spot-winged bluebottle. He knows that anchovies are essential to a decent sauce for a carp. In short, he knows more about fishing than both of us put together. And yet you have the temerity to suggest that he isn't a gentleman. You even suggest that he might be an outlaw.
Why, may I ask, are you so anxious to do a favor for this new friend of yours, a rival fisherman?
Because, in return for Henry's freedom, I shall get the rights to the best fishing in England.
Sir Cedric, as an angler myself, I see your point.
Thank you. I withdraw the charge against Henry. I want his freedom.
Howard? You see, Sir Cedric, it's easy enough for two gentlemen to do business together when they trust each other. Accompany Sir Cedric to the dungeons and hand over to him Henry, the poacher.
Thank you.
And Howard, We'll follow Sir Cedric. I've an idea he'll lead us straight to Robin Hood.
Good day, Sir Cedric. Ah, you brought our man, have you? Uninjured and completely forgiven?
He's fine. Checked him over myself. But we better get started to your pool. All that distance to cover. You can go along home now.
Yes, my lord. It's difficult to believe. I don't understand how I was saved.
Oh, that's easy. Sir Cedric went to the sheriff and had you freed. His conscience bothered him. He understands how a fisherman feels.
Well, that's true.
He couldn't bear to see a man cruelly punished for taking a couple of fish. He feels very relieved that it's all over.
But that doesn't mean you can steal my fish again. If I as much as see you within 100 yards of this lake...
Yes, my lord, I wouldn't think of it.
Your family will be anxious for news of you. You'd better get to them right away.
Yes, I will. Thank you, my lord. God bless you both. God bless you, my lord.
You know, he's so grateful. But we have our sport to get to. Notice what I'm wearing? I had my people fix me a green costume like yours, so the fish won't see me.
You learn quickly.
Let's start. I don't know what direction.
Ah, just a minute. Business first. Ready?
Do I have to wear that thing again?
If I showed you the way to the pool, you might not give me the money. In fact, I'm sure you wouldn't.
You question my word?
As one angler to another, yes.
You're right. It's only fair.
Thank you, Sir Cedric. You're a gentleman and an angler. There. Now, we'll go the same way as before. I don't say it's the shortest, but I find it most satisfactory for my purposes. Now, along here, don't forget the holly bush. Now, that's it. Round here to the left. Shouldn't be out of it. Now we're in the clear.
What in the name of the saints are you doing to him?
Haven't an idea. But it's Robin Hood for certain. I just got a good look at his face.
Robin Hood? Right before our eyes. We get the reward if we capture him.
Well, just the two of us. Satan taking your wits, lad. Run to the sheriff as fast as you can. He'll bring back enough men to surround the place. Be quick now. I'll stay here and keep an eye on him.
Now, a bit of a turn here.
Oh, I know where we are now. In those woods again.
Ah, yes. There's that old root again. Oh, bad luck, Sir Cedric. Duck. That's it. Duck again. There we go. That's it.
Are we nearly there yet?
Oh, not much further now.
Oh, aren't we there yet?
Well, does it seem to you that we've walked as far as we did last time?
Oh, at least.
Oh, well, in that case, why, yes, we've almost come to the bit where we have to bend down and crawl.
Oh.
Not quite. Getting near it. Belt?
Oh, yes, of course. Look at them jump. They're livelier than the other time.
Yes. Now, if we can just complete our little transaction.
Wait till I make one cast.
Oh, I must really insist. You see, this document now is drawn up in a special way.
I'll look at it later. Oh, a bite! Here, you count out.
Oh, you have more than £20 here. Much more.
It's a huge one. I can hardly bring him in.
Would you be interested in the permanent exclusive rights to fish this pool?
You mean not to have to share it with you or anyone else?
That's my offer. For all the money in this purse, I promise I'll never fish here again, and you can use it just as if it were your own pot.
Done, it's a bargain. Oh, look at him, will you? I never saw one half as big. He's weakening. I think I can bring him in. Draw your swords. Load your crossbows. Oh, you beauty. Look at that beauty. Must be an ell long and every inch a fighter.
We have to get out of here, Sir Cedric. The sheriff.
Hang the sheriff.
If the sheriff sees that carp, your secret won't be worth a penny.
He must have followed me here, drat him. He's after my fish. What do we do?
There's only one way out of here. Come on.
I won't leave without my carp, my big, beautiful...
We'll fetch it later. Now follow me and do what I tell you.
My carp.
You want to protect the secret of the pool, don't you?
More than anything else in the world.
We'll have to lure them away. They're getting closer. You move around that tree and then run like a rabbit for the point of the lake.
But my dignity.
Your secret pool?
You're right.
You'll have to hurry.
What do they see me?
Well, that's the whole point. We want to try to draw the sheriff's attention away from the secret pool and from your carp. Now hurry!
There he is! He's in Lincoln Green!
Then it's Robin Hood. After him! Turn him over.
Sir Cedric. The Lord Sheriff, you will account to me for this. You're no gentleman, sir. I wouldn't be surprised if you fish with eel pots.
I admit, Sir Cedric, my men made a mistake, but Robin Hood was seen on your estate.
Then go and look for him on my estate.
The man you were seen with this afternoon was Robin Hood.
Nonsense. I spent the afternoon with an angler. A gentleman angler.
That was Robin Hood.
I'll hear no more of this. The man's over there. Are you sure he was Robin Hood?
Of course I'm sure.
But you said he'd been seen on my estate.
Well, this is your estate, you old idiot.
What? But I paid nearly £50. £50. The undersigned hereby grants full rights to Sir Cedric of Hayworth to catch his own fish on his own estate. Signed, Robin Hood.
Good fishing, Sir Cedric.
Well, there goes my outlaw. And there goes your £50.
The devil take my £50 and your outlaw.
What? What do you mean?
I want my car.
Blockhead!
Robin Hood,
riding through the glen. Robin Hood, with his band of men, feared by the bad, loved by the good. Robin Hood, Robin Hood, Robin Hood.